So we were all asked to just write like a little letter to crew about memories or things that we think of when we think of crew. And I'll try to read mine without crying, but I already feel a little lump in my throat starting. So we're going to try to get through it. So here we go. Dear crew, you have been a constant source of light in my life these past 2 years. You have given me some of the best friends I've ever had. You've seen me laugh like anytime Chris Butler gives announcements, and you have seen me cry like when I got my heart broken and my friend from crew FaceTimed me from Ghana, Africa to check on me. You've seen the best and the worst of me. But this community has continued to love me through it all. I can't thank you enough for the love and support you've shown me. When I look back on memories, it's hard to pick just a few. I think of my first G3 when we still had G3s. Barely knowing, but knowing I wanted to know everyone. I think of Assassins the first year being so scared to walk around school, but feeling so cherished by my teammates I was able to spend time with driving around the city on a scavenger hunt. I think of Friday mornings having discipleship with Trent. I was always 5 minutes late, but we made up for it with our rich conversation, laughs, and growing relationship. I think of formation team and growing to rely on those people to keep me in check and to support me. I think about the group of friends that I could have never seen coming, but that totally changed my view of what friendship really is, the truest kind of friendship. I think about holiday parties at the girls' house, eating yummy snacks, wearing funny outfits, and giving hilarious gifts. I am filled with memories of conversation after conversation that filled my spirit to the brim. My brain is flooded with a million moving memories of all which caused my heart to feel all the emotions. It is genuinely hard to put on paper the love and adoration I have for this community of people. God has continued to grow me through this community. I have learned to fully trust his plans for me, even if it doesn't look like what I thought it would. So much has changed, but it's for the better, and I have learned how to more deeply love Jesus and how to be more deeply loved and to love people more deeply. I no longer wonder what is next because God's plan has blown my plans so far out of the water, I can't even begin to explain my thankfulness for what he's done and for who he's made me. To those who are staying, here's some things I would love for you to know. Take advantage of every moment. Play every game, sing every song, do every retreat, say yes to every ice cream adventure. Just do it. The time will go by so fast, and by the time you realize life is too short to take yourself seriously, you'll wish you had done all the things. Love one another. Just be there. Be the ride if you have a car. Be the ear, be the hug, be the clap, be the cheer, be all the things for one another, and continue to spur one another on. And lastly, just continue to run after God full speed. Never stop, because while you're running, you'll pick up some amazing running buddies and memories. And I'll leave you with this passage of verses. John 15:9-13 says, I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commandments, you remain in my love, just as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. I've told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way that I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends. Thank you, crew.
Okay, I thought I was mentally prepared, but I'm definitely not, so I have to tie my hair up so it doesn't get in my way when I'm crying. Oh, but I'm shaking. Okay, so please bear with me. Whew. Dear my precious crew family, part of me wishes I wasn't writing this right now because I don't want to say goodbye. Well, not saying goodbye forever, but for now, a farewell. It pains me that we can't physically be together at our weekly meetings or go for an in-and-out after party. But I pray that one day soon this pandemic will be over and we'll be able to be together again. Words can't describe how grateful and blessed I've been to be a part of this community. It's funny to think that it all started from my first cruise giving as a sophomore, now that I have an entire family for life. I remember when I first came to college and I didn't want anything to do with God, Christians, or the church, because I had not dealt with losing my mom to cancer. I felt like no one understood me or knew what I was going through. Instead of showering me with questions or ignoring me because people didn't know what to say, you loved and supported me and encouraged me. Gradually, I found myself surrounded by amazing women and men of God, and I will never forget the memories we've been able to make for all these years. Most of you know that I was always an only child and never knew what it was like to have siblings, but you guys are my brothers and sisters in Christ and have become my family. All I can really say is thank you, and that's not even enough to repay everything you've been there for me in ways unimaginable. You've welcomed me with open arms, accepting all my faults, and at times praised me for them. You've listened to me complain about my major and how school has always kicked my butt one too many times. Joined me in showing off killer dance moves at numerous conferences and retreats, and shared with me the pains and struggle of walking as a Christian in San Francisco. My place in Cru. Oh, oh, thank you. My place in Cru, although I will no longer be at SF State, will forever be in my heart. You guys, and of course the nudge from God, pushed me into a life-changing situation and took a leap of faith to Tanzania last summer. And it was one of the best things that could ever happen to me. I will never forget the times you guys have comforted me and cried with me over dealing with the grief and loss throughout my family while celebrating accomplishments in small groups and team meetings. I also just want to say thank you to Alexis, Caleb, Chris, and Veronica. You guys have been an amazing support team and have helped me become the young woman I am today. You've helped me understand loss, how it feels to be broken and to live in that brokenness. Listening when it comes to my relationship with God, and have kept me accountable and made me stronger in every way. To everybody, don't be afraid of what God has for you, because like myself, I originally was, and He brought me you. Love everyone, especially those outside of your community. I have no idea what God has in store for me, and I'm honestly terrified because I always like to know what's going to happen. I'm full of fear and excitement at the same time to see what God does, not only for me, but the other graduates and the rest of Cru. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being there for me through the good and bad. Cru, I love you guys so much. Love, Felicia.
So next up is Nader, and he wrote his down, so I'm going to read it. I wasn't a freshman for SFSU, but I was a transfer. When I came into the school, I was hurt and shy. But when I came to Cru, I felt I belong here. I had fun hearing what people have to say and learning about the people of Cru. I feel I have a lot of self-love, and I think I need a lot of work, but I feel better than I was before. I'm talking to people again and posting pictures on my story again. The advice I would give to you is to believe in yourself and God's plan. Many people thought I couldn't handle college or make a film, but I have succeeded in both because I knew what God wanted me to do. It is hard to be the only one believing in your dreams, but you are the only one that matters. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. This verse helped me power through a lot of my trials, and I guess my challenge for you is to remember that. Remember, no matter what, God will give you the strength to do anything.
I remember the first time I heard anything about Cru was after I posted something in my class's Facebook group. I asked if there were any other Christians attending SF State, and the only comments I received were "Hail Satan," which terrified me. But Alexis reached out to me and invited me to coffee. I went, and it was so refreshing to sit and be with someone who believed the same things that I did. Cru was a breath of fresh air to me. It was safety and refuge amidst the busyness and insanity of San Francisco. When I look back on freshman Lauren stepping through Rosa Parks A through C for the first time, I can fully say I don't know her. She thought she knew everything about God when she really didn't, and she thought she was all that in a bag of chips when she really wasn't. She was scared and dramatic and all over the place, and I'm not saying I'm not like that now, but I'd like to think I'm less so. Going into college, I had a goal of growth in mind. I wanted to be someone new, someone different. I went from being a part of freshman small group to leading it and absolutely adoring every moment of it. I became less of a question answerer and more of a question asker. I'm still learning how to let go and let God work, but I'm much better at it than I used to be. If you know me, you know that I've struggled so much with wanting to be in San Francisco. I can honestly say that the biggest thing I've grown in is learning to love where I'm at and the places God has me with the people He has me with. I'm there for a reason, which is something I would tell myself moving into my dorm a little over 3.5 years ago. You're where you are for a reason, even if you would rather be anywhere else, because one day you will be somewhere else and you'd give anything to go back. I've spent so much of the past month grieving everything I've lost because of what's going on. When I was driving over the Golden Gate Bridge for the last time, I felt like I was leaving my home. I would give anything to read these words to you guys in person. Living in SF hasn't been easy, but Cru has helped keep me sane. I am forever thankful for the hours of discipleship and encouragement. I've met some of my best friends here, friends that play Murder in the Dark on Ocean Beach or drive all the way to Pacifica Taco Bell for small group. Friends that have been through all of my phases, from when I could not stop dabbing to my obsessive TikTok dancing. You guys know my heart. You know my trauma and my hurts and my joys and my triumphs. You've seen me grow up. You guys are my family. Some of you don't know this, but I write poetry. A lot of you don't know this, but I write a poem every day. Poems that I call daily images based off small moments I want to capture from my day. And I've done this for around 2 years now. But I'm not good at letters like these, so in true Lauren fashion, here are a few of those poems I wrote as a sort of love letter to you guys. January 29th, 2020. My favorite trips are to In-N-Out, late laughs and full bellies. May 8th, 2019, dancing underneath these lights, feet spinning and lungs laughing, these are my people. April 4th, 2018. How can I not believe in the King of Kings when I see so much evidence in the simple existence of my sweet friends? May 1st, 2018, lucky. Call me lucky, for God has blessed me with lovely, lovely souls that I get the privilege of sharing lives with. May 10th, 2018, soon enough, they've become like family, my own little taste of home away from home. So thank you for the home you gave me. Thank you for the wild nights running through Fisherman's Wharf or barefoot on the beach. Thank you for ice cream dates all over the city. Thank you for the family that I found in you, my brothers and sisters that God gave me to know and love. Hope to see you again soon.
Oof, I'm already gonna cry. Okay. Dear Cru Familia, when I was growing up, I always wanted a big family. I was always jealous of friends who had big family functions, and got to go out with all their siblings, and got to enjoy one another's company. But I don't feel like that anymore. Cru, oof, sorry. Cru is the big family I always wished for, and that God finally blessed me with. These past 2 years with Cru have been the best 2 years of my college experience. Reflecting, I can't help but feel an immense amount of joy at the happy moments. Canoeing with Priscilla. Every discipleship meeting with Andrea. Rachel, Sabby, and I escaping Trinity, Anthony, and Chris in our crazy getaway plan during Assassins. Creating blog videos with Jenny on new candies or snacks that we tasted. Making a Nader video and pretending to be the Jonas Brothers with Gabby and Eden. Having Lauren explain to all of us her Flying Dutchman order. And even teaching Caleb some new hip lingo. But I also feel an immense amount of joy at the not so happy moments. Crying with Chris in his car and having a deep conversation. Crying in the morning during our prayer meetings and formation team. Crying at women's retreat with the girls last year at 2 a.m. Yes, there was a lot of crying this year. And getting to bond with Liam through our difficult but real conversations. I don't feel joy that we all felt an immense amount of sadness or pain during this, but I feel joy at the fact that I was able to experience this all with you. We were able to be vulnerable and real, and that means the world to me. Those are the relationships that make me praise God for his goodness.
With all this being said, I can't thank my Cru family enough for helping me grow as a person and in my relationship with God. Thank you for helping me grow out of my shell and teaching me how to love and how to experience real love. Though through each and every one of you, I saw God's character revealed more. I witnessed his love and friendship through our everyday conversations and interactions. Little things like Michaela's sense of humor showed me how funny God is, and Melody's tenderheartedness showed me how kind he can be. I only wish that I experienced this all 4 years of college. But if I could go back and give Genesis some advice, I'd give her the advice that I give to you. I would tell her to be unafraid of her faith and to be proud that God chose her. It's easy to be intimidated or scared of others, what they think of you, or how they'll treat you. But I wish I would have told her that their opinions don't matter, that those lost friendships, though they hurt, would result to her feeling like she finally has a home in the end. You will finally feel at peace and at ease if you just push yourself to be unafraid and happy that you were set apart from others. A scripture that I want to leave you all with is with Ephesians 6-19. It reads, that according to the riches of his glory, he may grant you to be strengthened with power through his spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith, that you, being rooted and grounded in love, and to know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled with all the fullness of God. My hope is that you all continue to feel the immense love of Christ, and you are reminded that he resides in you, and that you all continue to make students on our campus feel this just as you made me feel it. Quite honestly, I'm scared to leave Cru, and I'm scared to not have the same consistent community that I've had. I'm sad that Wednesday weekly meetings won't be my everyday routine or my every week routine, and I won't accidentally bump into everyone on campus. But I'm excited to see how he grows our relationships and our family. And I love you all more than words can describe. I'm immensely thankful that these last 2 beautiful years are forever part of my testimony. Thank you.
Oh goodness. Okay. Okay. My heart is like racing right now. Okay. So deciding to join Cru was probably one of the, oh my gosh, was probably one of the best decisions I've made so far. I've met so many amazing people and some of my best friends, and so many memories. One of them being Assassins this year. Just running through the city with with all these people that I either knew or didn't really know, which is so much fun. And I feel like that was the most fun I've had this whole semester. And then if you told the freshman year me that by the time I graduate, I would have been on a summer mission beside both freshmen and sophomore girls, and I've been super involved in this community, I would have never believed you. I was so insecure with not only myself, but with my relationship with Jesus. And I could even pray out loud too, so that doesn't help. So now I am much more confident in my relationship with Jesus and myself. And I've also learned to be bold. And with that, I learned that I needed to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. So before my freshman year, I didn't really have any Christian friends, even though I grew up in the church. So being in Cru, I learned what it looks like to follow Jesus and how to live my life for him. And I have you all to thank for that. You all have been, oh man, you all have had such a huge impact on my life. And thank you for setting me an example of what it looks like to follow Jesus. Oh my gosh, sorry. Some of you have been there for me when I lost both my grandparents, and thank you for helping me get through it, because I don't know where I would be without you all. So I'm thankful for you all. Some advice I would give my freshman self is stop investing so much time in your career, because you're never going to be satisfied. Invest more time with your relationship with God and with others. And with God, he's going to always be there with you no matter what happens. And then lastly, a verse I would like to share that helped me a lot is from Proverbs 3:5-6. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Thank you.